Ladies and mostly gentlemen, today we're going to talk about the Burning Crusade Classic Collector's Edition, which has been data mined in the Burning Crusade Classic beta. So we're going to talk about all of that and what this kind of means for the game going forward. But before we get into that, guys, just want to thank the sponsor of this video, and that is my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you'd like to see me streaming the Burning Crusade Classic beta or the 9.1 PTR, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM. Right, so the Collector's Edition of Burning Crusade Classic. This has definitely been a massive point of contention for the classic community. Kind of started out with the data mined Warp Stalker mount, which was like a brand new mount that they have created in the kind of style of Burning Crusade. So this kind of got some people a little bit worried about a potential collector's edition coming to the game. Now, nothing has been officially announced as of the recording of this video. However, some recent data mining does have some store assets that essentially do confirm everything that we assumed. Now, there was some kind of data mining about different bits and pieces of the collector's edition, and that has been confirmed now through these images. So really what we're going to do is go through what you're going to be getting with these collector's editions, or whatever they're going to call it. I don't know if they call it a special edition or like founder's edition. I don't really know, right? We'll find out soon enough when they announce this officially. So this is the image that got data mined recently on a new classic beta build. So yeah, this is obviously 3 images, the bottom left being the boost, and then the other 2 being kind of bundles that you can buy for Burning Crusade Classic, presumably. And this is something that I would presume is going to come out during the pre-patch of Burning Crusade Classic, not at the launch, because the pre-patch is when the game splits off into kind of Burning Crusade and Classic, and obviously this will only be available in Burning Crusade Classic. So, what are we looking at here? As I said, the bottom left is the boost. This is just going to be the boost. Again, we don't know any price points as of right now, but this is going to be just the base boost that you can buy by itself, nothing extra, just the level 58 boost, which we have seen on the Burning Crusade Classic beta, you know, all of that, and that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time if you have any discussions about that. But there is a boost coming to Burning Crusade Classic that will level you to 58 and ready for Outland content. So with recent WoW expansions, they've actually had 3 different editions. They've had Base, Heroic, and Epic. Now, because it's Burning Crusade, my assumption is that actually there's only going to be like Base and Heroic, because Heroic is obviously the highest level of difficulty in Burning Crusade, and it looks like these images kind of confirm that because there is only 2 bundles that are available. So the first one, as I said, we'll call it the base one for now. Looks like it includes the Dark Portal Hearthstone, a Phase Hunter mount in TBC Classic, a Phase Hunter mount in Retail, the Path of Illidan toy, and 30 days game time. So let's talk about all these specifically. So the Dark Portal toy. Now this is actually something that was added to the game originally in Mists of Pandaria, and it was a TCG item that essentially is a Hearthstone that spawns a massive Dark Portal. It's actually super cool. This is what it looks like in game. Really, really cool item. It looks like the Burning Crusade Classic version is not a toy, obviously, like, because in Retail you have like the toy box and everything like that. It is just a standalone Hearthstone item, and this looks like something that is going to be included in this bundle. So you're going to have a brand new Hearthstone that spawns a Dark Portal. Kind of cool, a bit over the top, and yeah, I guess we'll see what happens with that one. The other one is the Path of Illidan. Now, it looks like they have actually made changes to the Path of Illidan. Now, Path of Illidan was originally something that is just a throwaway item. It's a one-use item in Retail, and it was actually added in the Burning Crusade, but it looks like it is going to be included in this bundle. However, the Burning Crusade Classic version does not run out. It looks like it's an unlimited use item with a 15-minute cooldown. So what this essentially does is makes it so you're running green fire behind you for 5 minutes. So 5 minutes every 15, you can have green fire running behind you like Illidan. There you go. That's the Path of Illidan toy. And again, not a toy, just an item that will be in your bag because there's no toy box. So the Phase Hunter. This is the big one. This is the one that people talk about the most. Now, let me begin by saying I actually think it's kind of neat that they actually designed a mount with the kind of like design style of Burning Crusade. I'm sure for the art team that was like a nice healthy challenge for them. And I do think the mount looks cool. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a really cool mount. Warp Stalker mount is something that should have been in the game a long time ago, and I'm kind of happy to see it finally coming in. However, right, this is a ground mount, and there's a few things that are pretty interesting about this mount. Now, the first thing that you'll notice is that it actually requires level 40, and it has 75 riding skill, which is the 60% riding skill of Burning Crusade Classic. Now, the thing about this mount is that it's actually 100% running. Yeah, so if you have this Collector's Edition mount and you're leveling a new character, you will be running at 100% from level 40 as opposed to, level 60, when you normally get epic riding. So yeah, that's kind of definitely a point of contention there. Not really sure why they've done that. I honestly have no idea. I presume this is going to be available for all of your characters when you do purchase it. I don't think it'll be a kind of one character thing. I mean, it could be, but I doubt it. I feel like every character you make is just going to have one of these mounts in the mailbox like it used to do back in the day. My kind of personal thoughts on a mount specifically in Burning Crusade Classic is that it doesn't really belong. Now, I know people are going to go freaking out about me saying that, and let me kind of explain my thoughts here. So, Burning Crusade Classic and Classic aren't really known for mount collecting. I can say, you know, on Classic, I have one mount. I have, you know, my epic mount. That's pretty much it. If I wanted to get any more mounts, I have to get Exalted and all of that, right? I could go get the Winter Springs Frost Saber thing, which is just horrendous to get, or I can get a very low drop rate mount from like Zul'Gurub, right, in Classic WoW. And in Burning Crusade, there really wasn't that many ground mounts that dropped from dungeons. So essentially, you're probably going to still be riding that one mount that you had from Classic. But yeah, in Burning Crusade, you have the Swift Hawkstrider, which is coming in later on with the Isle of Quel'Danas and Magister's Terrace. You have the Reigns of the Raven Lord from Sethic Halls, and you have the Fiery Warhorse. Those are the 3 ground mounts that are rare drops in Burning Crusade. So essentially, you're really not going to see those mounts very often. And what happens when everybody has the Warp Stalker mount is everybody's going to be riding the Warp Stalker. Like, something about like being in a battleground and running out of Arathi Basin with everybody on their own unique racial mounts, or one of the cool mounts that they got from Zul'Gurub, or, you know, Magister's Terrace or whatever, is such a cool thing. But unfortunately, with this, and obviously it depends on how many people do buy it, everyone's going to be homogenized into this really cool looking Warp Stalker mount, and that's unfortunate. In, you know, Wrath of the Lich King, they added kind of learning mounts, and they added a ton of mounts, and really that's kind of the start of where mount collecting began. You know, you had the bears and the mammoths and the drakes and everything, right? There was a ton of mounts in Wrath of the Lich King, and that's really where mount collecting began, because it didn't take up bag space, and they added so many different mounts that were way, way easier to obtain than having to get completely exalted with a different reputation and then buy the mount. So really, that's my kind of thoughts on it. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. As I said, I don't hate the mount. I think it looks great, and I love the animations on it. I'm just a little bit concerned of how much of an uptake this will have in regards to, you know, people riding around in it. I don't want it to look like a private server where it's like everyone's on the same mount and stuff. I don't know, that just kind of looks kind of tacky and loses a little bit of immersion for me, because, I don't know, that's just how I am, I suppose. So after that rant that I'm probably going to get hate for, you also get a Warp Stalker in retail. Yeah, cool. It looks like it's a kind of an up-res version of the version that you're going to get in Burning Crusade Classic. Haven't seen the model yet. I presume it's encrypted until such a time that that will be available. And on top of that, you'll be getting 30 days game time. So that's kind of the base one, as I said. The heroic version, we're going to call it for now, just includes the boost as well as all that stuff. And as I mentioned, no price point as of right now. Really, we have no idea how much this stuff is going to cost. Presumably probably similar to Shadowlands, where it's like £34 for the base, 50 for the heroic, and maybe a little bit more with the boost there. As I said, I'm not entirely sure how this is all going to work. But yeah, so that being said, you don't need this, right? Burning Crusade will be free. Burning Crusade Classic will be free. You don't have to buy this. This is not a requirement for the game. It's not going to give you the license on your account. Burning Crusade Classic is included in your sub feature. Just to make a point of that, you don't need to buy this. There's no, you know, purchase necessary for Burning Crusade Classic. It is just included in the sub fee, which I think is great, right? Obviously, so, you know, with your sub, you're going to have World of Warcraft Retail, Classic, and Burning Crusade Classic, which I think is great. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. As I said, that's what we have through the data mining. Pretty interesting. Definitely very interesting. We're definitely going to find out more once we get the pre-patch day and they announce more stuff regarding this and probably some price points. I'd imagine it's going to be within the next week if this stuff is being data mined already in the game files. So guys, keep an eye out on all your kind of regular news sources, Wowhead, MMO Champion, Twitter, all of that stuff, right? There's going to be, yeah, some very interesting takes. Honestly, if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to be, you know, upset about it. It is what it is at the end of the day. And yeah, I mean, really, it doesn't affect gameplay, but it does affect immersion a little bit, which is, you know, kind of important for some people. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry about the little rant in the middle there. Hopefully you don't hate me for it, or you agree with me. Who knows? So, let me know down below. Let me know what you think of the idea of a Burning Crusade Classic Collector's Edition and the rewards that you're going to be receiving from it. So yeah, I'd love to know what you guys have to say about it. So before I go, guys, let's give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. If you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave Leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members. And as I said, I am now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming every single day on the Burning Crusade Classic Beta, on the 9.1 PTR, just playing any sort of World of Warcraft, good stuff, man. If you want to check me out on Twitch, I'm on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.